He quickly pulled out his dagger and plunged it into his shoe. Then he pulled out 2 more daggers and plunged them into the soft mineral salt. The man climbed upward with all his might, on his hands and knees, with the sole intention of escaping from this hellish situation. However, it didn't work out that way. He had only climbed 2.5 meters when the fragile dagger snapped with a snap. The man instantly lost his support and fell straight down. Luckily, the parachute was hanging on a tree branch above him, but before he could breathe a sigh of relief, the dead branch began to slowly break under the weight. The man turned sharply and hurriedly twisted the parachute rope together, quickly took out a dagger and frantically cut to the rope. Finally, in the moment when the branch was about to break, the rope was successfully cut. The man in the second before the branch fell successfully dodged a bullet. At this moment, his left foot was alone on the bare mineral salt, and his hands were struggling to hold on to the cliff face. Just as he was about to despair, the man suddenly saw a goat licking the salt above his head, a sight that gave him a glimmer of hope. The man did not care about anything else. He followed suit and braced his hands hard between the cliffs below the 10,000-foot cliffs. The scene made his scalp numb and his body shuddered. If he lost his footing, he would be crushed to pieces. But he had no way back but gritted his teeth and imitated the movements of the goat with his hands and feet carefully moving up the cliff face. After a long and difficult climb, he finally reached a protruding cliff. However, before he could catch his breath, the salt under his feet collapsed without warning, and in an instant, debris flew towards the bottom. In the nick of time, the man scrambled upward, and leaping upward on his goat, he grabbed the edge of the cliff above him with both hands. By now, the man was exhausted, and no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't climb up the cliff. Suddenly, a goat appeared above him like a ghost, staring at him fiercely. The goat sniffed and found that it was not of the same kind and did not hesitate to push the man down. Fortunately, the man still had a hand to firmly grasp the edge of the cliff. He struggled and continued to climb upward, but the goat was not relentless and rushed forward again. The man grabbed the horns of the goat and the goat felt an unprecedented threat. Panicked and quickly fell back. In this pulling and tugging between, the man's body was pulled up to the bottom of the cliff. He collapsed on the ground and gasped for air. The man slowly raised his hand and gently stroked the goat that had just saved his life. His eyes were full of gratitude and thankfulness for his life.